Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Are y'all tired of the fake news yet? God almighty, I'm getting so tired. And usually I don't say this. A lot of the time, my criticism of fake news is about the news outlets that produce them and spread them. With this particular story, I'm a little annoyed by the type of people who spread this kind of BS, knowing full well the damage that they're doing to the parties involved. So this story, if you guys haven't seen it, it's been all over my Facebook. The narrative pushed by the news outlets is that there was a group of teenagers that harassed, taunted, bullied, whatever word you want to put in, a Native American elderly man. That's the narrative. So all the pictures and images relating to that story involve zoomed in angles of a Native American elderly man surrounded by these teenager bullies, apparently. Now, the videos provided do not tell us how the man get there or how the man got there. If you look into how the man got there, the story falls apart really fast. It does not hold up to any level of scrutiny whatsoever. So first I'm going to read you the story from CNN. CNN's headline: MAGA teen harassing, Native American man. Use your colorful language, make it more dramatic as you can. This is what CNN says. Titano said the whole incident started when the teens and four young African Americans who'd been preaching about the Bible nearby started yelling and calling each other names. It got pretty intense. Titano said so Nathan Phillips, an elder with the Omaha tribe, started playing his drum and chanting what she was told was a healing prayer to help diffuse the situation. Phillips walked through the crowd, and Titano said things were starting to calm down until he got to the grinning boy seen in the video. So what's happening? This dude, if you believe his side of the story that is, saw some kids fighting, and he took out a healing drum and started playing it and started walking through the crowd, and he approached the boy. That's his side of the story. That one kid just refused to move, and he just got in Nathan's face, she said. Other boys circled. She said they just surrounded him and they were mocking him and mocking the chant. We really don't know what was going to happen there. Phillips, a Vietnam veteran who says he served between 1972 and 1976, he's a former director of Native Youth Alliance and holds an annual ceremony honoring Native American veterans in Arlington National Cemetery. So that's his side of the story, right? If you believe Nathan, what happening was, there were some kids that were fighting or name calling. It wasn't physical. And this dude took out his drum and started to walk through the crowd, and he approached the people. Apparently, CNN believes that. What happens next is that CNN takes snapshots of these two groups of people already close together. So apparently, whatever Nathan says, we have to take that at face value and then go with whatever Nathan says after that, because the video that Nathan provides is when the two groups are already in close contact. Now, before going down to the video that I found, I just want to point out these were two groups of people that were in DC. You have these kids, an all-Catholic school, that were attending the March for Lives, and Nathan and his crowd, I guess they were in the March for Indigenous People. DC holds a lot of marches, apparently. So these two guys, that's where these two people cross paths. Now, here's what I found. It turns out Nathan here is the one who was approaching the crowd, and Nathan's the one who got in their faces. I mean, if you look at the slow motion video, that's what I see. You have a group of people going in. And even in CNN's story, I don't know why these kids get all the blame here. Even in CNN's story that CNN reported, Nathan's the dude that approached the kid, and the kid did nothing. He just stood his ground and smiled at him. Apparently that is cause for harassment. In the video that I found online, as you can see here, Nathan is free from all sides. He can walk in any direction, but he seems to be walking towards those kids. Now, I don't know what was going through the minds of those kids. As a full-grown adult, when I'm wearing my MAGA hat outside, I see people's faces, and I see someone approach me. I know I shouldn't do anything, because if I even laugh or grin, it'll be interpreted the wrong way. But it didn't seem like those kids did anything wrong in my book. I don't know what people expect from these children. There's just something about, I don't know, people that march for life that just makes liberals sperg out. Now, another related, well, not related, but somewhat funny incident happened. In the March for Life, as you generally expect, they get people who are pro-lifers, people who are influential, people who are popular to give speeches, as it happens with all kinds of marches with somewhat political leaning. And Ben Shapiro was at a March for Life. He gave a speech. Ben Shapiro, very religious. He is very strongly pro-life. As far as the issue of abortion is concerned, I'm fairly agnostic. Not that I don't want to take a stance on something controversial. It's just something I don't know about that much. Anyways, so Ben Shapiro gave a speech. And in his speech, he addressed a question that I can personally say I have seen pro-life people get asked this question a lot. The argument is it ever okay to kill a baby? That's the question. And an argument that a pro-lifer a lot of the times have to answer is, what if that baby grows up to be someone very evil, murderous, a rapist, or whatever the case may be? So I have actually seen a lot of pro-life people get asked this question, which is, if you knew what Hitler was going to be, would you kill baby Hitler? Ben Shapiro provided an answer. Whether you agree or disagree with that answer, I think the answer is philosophically consistent and internally consistent. It lines up with other pro-life values. Here's Ben Shapiro's answer.
The argument, I guess, here is that would you kill baby Hitler? And the truth is that no pro-life person on earth would kill baby Hitler, right? Because baby Hitler wasn't Hitler. Adult Hitler was Hitler. Baby Hitler was a baby. Right? What you presumably want to do with baby Hitler was take baby Hitler out of baby Hitler's house and move baby Hitler into a better house where he would not grow up to be Hitler, right? That's the idea.
Now, both Ben Shapiro and baby Hitler was trending on Twitter because apparently, here's the thing, Ben Shapiro engaging in a thought experiment with a hypothetical baby Hitler, apparently it gets the progressives to completely spurg out. I don't get it. There's this whole agenda from the progressive left to try and convince other people that Ben Shapiro is a Nazi. You know, that dude, proudly Jewish, wears a yarmulke all the time. Apparently, if there's some abstract link between this guy and someone who's a Nazi figure, it's like Christmas Eve for the progressives. Anyways, so the progressives got a hold of this, and rather than really tackle his question, this is the progressive response. Rather than tackle the argument, let's look at the progressive response.
Jordan Ewell for posting that on Twitter. I love it.
Doesn't it seem like Ben Shapiro has injected himself with his own semen, like into his own brain? It's like if somebody asked you, who would win a fight, peanut butter or jelly?
For people who don't know, this is journalism.
This is ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
You're still like in the middle of you're still in the middle of a very real analysis of people who it's at best some kind of psychological hypothetical. And I guarantee you, every time, Ben, anyone has brought this up in a discussion, they're not being serious. No one's seriously like, we need to solve this baby Hitler problem.
Hey.
Thanks for describing to us what a thought experiment is. Anyways, you guys, there's just something about the March for Life and just conservatives gathering together that makes a lot of people completely lose it. Anyways, you guys, hope you all enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon.